Rashko, Ireland AM. Now, Kerry brought the Sam Maguire home last night in a thrilling victory.
And Deric's at the Burlington Hotel. He was knocking at doors. Did he find somebody, Ray?
Let's check in with Deric. Deric, how are you getting on? How's it going this morning?
Yes, thank you very much, team. We're down here at the Burlington, the team hotel for the All-Ireland Winning Champions 2025, and we're joined now by Paul Murphy. Good morning to you, Paul.
Hey, how are things?
Yeah, great. How's the head this morning?
Not too bad, no, not too bad. Just still sort of floating away after yesterday's results, so just delighted with the whole thing.
A long night and an early morning, isn't
That's it, yeah.
First up, let's get into the match. Yes, what an incredible display from Kerry.
Yeah, look, we were delighted with it. Started really well. Set a great foundation in the first 15 or 20 minutes, and I had a few blips. Donegal came with their purple patch as they would, as any team will. But we rode it out well. Started second half well, and last 15 minutes again we saw it out very well. So delighted with the whole thing.
I mean, back to the first quarter, and he got out of the traps pretty quickly with that point from Gainey, I believe in the 13th second.
Was it? Yeah. Dylan nailed it, and if that goes wide, that can lift Donegal, and they can drive it on. But we get a great lift from that then, and Dylan nailed it, so that it was brilliant.
I mean, you really set the tempo and the pace of the game from earlier on. Was that the plan all along?
I suppose it was to try and get a good start, get ahead, and try and hold it from there. Donegal are. They're a savage team, and if they get ahead of you, I suppose no more than themselves, they'll see it out very well. So we tried to go after the start and set the foundation from there, I suppose.
I mean, Joe Connor in midfield, he was catching ball all day long, wasn't he?
Joe, yeah, but Joe's doing that all year. He's doing everything. He's kick out option. He's scoring points. He got a goal yesterday. And he's come up with a lot of big moments, turning over opposition players, and that lifts us as players. It lifts it lifts our supporters. A couple of moments can be massively powerful, and he's been delivering them all year. He's been unbelievable.
You went into the half-time break, of course, with that 7-point cushion. Of course, he had that 2-point score from Clifford. Is that where you wanted to be at half-time?
Of course, yeah. Sure. Look, try and go in ahead, and to go in 7 rather than 5. I know it doesn't sound much, but it was, that was probably big with David's 2-pointer at the end, and no more than that. Then the first couple of minutes after half time, Gavin won the throw in again. He won the break off the throw in the second half again, and we tagged on a couple of points. So, if we go in 5 up and they get the first point or 2, it's 3 points, whereas it goes to 9 then, and it's a very different game. So, the minute or two before half-time was a huge bearing in the result, I think.
Yeah, getting into the dressing room then, of course, at half-time, and the Chief had a couple of words to say. What did Jack O'Connor say to you?
I don't know, to be honest.
You don't remember?
There was nothing groundbreaking, but it was very calm, and that's important too. There was no people weren't losing the head, and it was a couple of things we needed to improve on, a couple of things we were doing well, and that was the focus then for the second half. I can't remember exactly what they were, but
I mean, you mentioned that purple patch that Donegal hadn't coming out after the half-time break, and they scraped back 4 points, and they were within shooting distance of you at one stage.
They were, yeah, and I suppose you just don't panic at that stage, and try and get your hands on the ball, try and get your hands on a kick out, give Shane good options, just to secure possession, and then maybe take the sting out of the game and just get something on the board there, try and stretch out the lead again, and thankfully we did that well enough.
The Clifford brothers obviously were a big feature yesterday. Paulie Clifford in particular for me stood out. I mean, he really played out of his skin. Yeah, really the conductor of the game yesterday.
Yeah, Paulie was excellent. I think his possession stats have been well discussed at this stage, but he was everywhere. He was always an out ball, and he's so safe on the ball as well. Then he's gonna make the right decision, take the right option. So he had a brilliant game.
And of course 9 points from his brother Davy. There was criticism earlier on that this was a one-man Kerry team, but do you feel now that you've disproven that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think one-man teams don't win All Irelands. So. I think there's a really strong team and panel, and you know, I think everyone is going to prove their worth. But you know, obviously he's like David's incredible. You know, we're so lucky to have him. But you know, what a player.
Did you think Donegal would give Kerry so much space yesterday? Because we thought, you know, some of the players will be man marked, but they weren't really. You know, and the boys were running rings around the pitch yesterday.
I don't know. Like, I'd probably have to watch it back. Like they kind of set up deep, so we probably didn't have the room deep, and we had to work hard for that. I think they were happy enough probably at first to have the ball outside of the arc, outside of the 45. So sure, look, I don't know. They might have. I don't know. I suppose it's for them to say. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it was a spectacular display of football. Do you really feel that the new rules went in your favour?
As the year went on, we kind of, like in the league, we weren't getting many 2-pointers and things like that. But we got more used to them as the year went on. But look, I think as a whole, they've been good for everyone. I think, you know, they've been good for players, for supporters, for the whole thing. It's a way more enjoyable game to play and to coach, and it's just sort of less cagey. You know, as an inside back, it's almost assumed now your man will get a few from play, because, you know,
which is great.
Yes,
and you had a fantastic game yesterday. In fact, you have a double homecoming later on this evening. What's in store?
Yeah, we're heading down. We're getting the train down later. So Ramore is the first,
and that's your home club, of course.
It's home club, first train station in Kerry. So we're jumping out of the train there for 15 or 20 minutes.
Brilliant.
So that'll be brilliant. Yeah, looking forward to that.
And then off to Tralee, then at a pit stop, then in Killarney.
That's it. Yeah. So look, it'll be great to get down to our own crew and celebrate with them tonight.
Yeah, great. And I know you have a little bab at home. She's only 4 months old, is she?
She is, Lucy. Yeah. I don't think she'll be watching on. No,
I'm sure she'll be very proud of that.
Yeah. So delighted. I'll be looking forward now to getting down to her.
Well, enjoy the celebrations. Thanks for talk to us here in Ireland.
No problem.
Come on.
Great stuff.